Yeah, let's begin now, because now time is 2:37, 11:07, something like that. And I think one or two persons to come yet. So we have the recorded one. So we'll send off our classes. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the mode of the shipment. How was your day yesterday, Friday, off day? Forgot everything, I think. And yeah, it must be like that. You're working and you should get the time to relax personally with the family, right? I hope now relaxed. And what about your our classes? I mean, I think you understood all on the Incoterms. As I said, it's one of the most important chapters in the logistics and supply chain. Without understanding properly the terms of the Incoterms, I mean the shipping terms, very difficult to make the decisions. It's very difficult to proceed with what type of the shipment, what type of the mode you have to select, or what are the costs involved. All these things you know once you know the Incoterms. Even if you don't know the most of the, I mean that you know that many Incoterms, at least the basic, most of the shipments we know that. Also you know, this is FOB, X-Works, CIF, CFR, okay? And if you are using the trailer, the cross-border, the trailers, CPT and CIP, okay, even DAP. I mean that normally that you know that most of the shipments, commercial shipment, they are carrying with the X-Works or FOB. So X-Works is the buyer is ready to take everything full responsibility, right, from the premises of the shipper itself. And when it's coming to the DDP, you know that it's everything door to door. The seller is arranging the complete delivery, including the custom duty and the other taxes, destination clearance and all. And FOB, you know that if, for example, you are in your place, Sudan, okay, you are saying the supplier, just clear everything at your end, means you know that transportation and loading and customs clearance and the loading on the board of the ship you do, or the carrier, then rest of the thing I can manage. So FOB experts is the common, and CIF. CF, as I said, supplier is arranging everything with insurance till the port of the destination. But responsibility or the risk will transfer once the shipment is loaded on the origin board, on board. Okay, CFR without insurance. So these are the things we discussed. Okay, now today we are going to discuss another important part. The section in the logistics and supply chain, that is known as the mode of the shipment. Even maybe we are not able to give, or you are not able to give the proper definition of the mode of the shipment, but you know the full meaning of the mode of the shipment because you are familiar, right? You are working in a company and 100% you are as you are in the logistic division, you know that what is the mode of the shipment, right? Different type of the shipments are coming to your organization. As we said, there are two types: demand and supply, and the inbound and outbound shipments. There are so many shipments is coming to your organization to meet the demand of the customer as a supply, means getting the shipment, raw materials or processed materials, whatever is to your into your organization. Okay, and also you are deciding which type of the shipments will be produced here, or the material, or what I received is a finished product I have to deliver to the customer. Okay, so these are the things of the shipment you are receiving, but how is going to receive? You know that in supply chain and logistics, the activities we know very well, because every classes we are reminding these things. The process of the supply chain, the logistics, from origin to what the destination, from what the transfer the raw material to the final products. This is always in our mind, the logistics activities, okay, when supply chain. So we know these things and we know so many theories, planning, execution, and all implementation. Now, what we are going to say that once I receive the shipment, we know that it may be coming by sea freight or air freight or the land freight, either road freight or either or which one, the rail freight. So one part we finish, the documentation and the process and the theoretical part. Now we are seeing how physically the shipment is receiving here. Because you know that your shipper may be or your seller may be down overseas, outside your country, not in your country. Okay. As I said, globalization and the free trade, you know that the concept comes then most of the countries, you know that or the international trade or the business is exponentially increased. That much is increased. Okay, so many countries involved for what import and export process and buying and selling. Now, you know that many countries, maybe they don't have the port. There are so many countries, they don't have the port. In Africa, also so many countries are there, no port, landlocked countries. Landlocked countries. In India also we have. Okay, there's some countries, they have the seaport. Some countries, all countries, most of the countries, or the airport, international airport or the local airport. And so many countries, they have the transportation trucks can cross over the other countries and they are making their business. So doing like that. Now, what I'm saying is, finally, the things are coming into our organization or we are delivering to our customers, the final customer. There are some modes we are using for the shipment. Generally, 4 important modes are there: ocean freight, air freight, road freight, rail freight. And again, we can say inland waterways like the canals and all, and pipeline also can be defined as a mode of the shipment. Again, now the shipments are receiving to the customer or receiving the organization, or seller is sending the shipment to the manufacturer, or his manufacturer is sending to the warehouses or distribution centers or the final customers, retailers or the haulers or whatever thing. Now we want to know how they are moving the shipments, the transportation, the mode of the transportation or mode of the shipping. You can see so many vessels are there in YouTube and every day the newspapers and TV. Supply chain disruption, Long Beach, that port there is issue, Los Angeles, or in the European ports. Most of the ports in the China and in the US, it is congested. We are seeing so many things. So shipment through the ocean freight is moving, heavy or oversized shipments or the bulk shipments, different type of. I know you know that what are the bulk shipment and the general shipments moving through the ocean freight. 90% of the cargo in the world, 90% of the cargo in the world is moving by ocean freight because it is very cheap, and that most of the shipments are very heavy, cannot ship through air freight or the road freight, and bulky, crude oil, petroleum, gas, and all these things, right? And again, air freight is there. Air freight is actually what it is below 1% of the total volume of the cargo around the world. 1%, below 1%. But their value of the cargo is 35% value, because high value shipments we are shipping through the air freight. Pharmaceutical, medical items, and the retail branded items and all. Temperature controlled items, medicine, organs. Okay, so different types of the shipment, you can see that we are seeing. And you can see again the road freight. Road freight is one of the most important thing. Any delivery between the that the origin and the end. Okay, between the seller and the buyer. Road freights, or the mode of the road is very important, because first leg and last leg will be done by the road freight. The rail, that the rail shipment you can use in your countries, in Africa also, everywhere. But rail cannot go directly many places for the factory. You have to take the vehicle, trailer, half lorry, or the trucks and whatever things, and load the shipment, and you have to move to maybe the ICD or the rail freight, or you have to go to the seaport. something like that. So road freight is one of the most important different type of the vehicles as providing a road freight mode, like the bikes, cars, even small things. Anywhere you can drive. Train you cannot drive. You have one small packet. The e-commerce. I told you e-commerce is it's boomed a lot now. It's still booming, especially after the breakdown of the corona and all that corona era, and now also. That the people taste is changing now. They don't want to go to and that shopping centers. Even Middle East now is okay. Still it is there. I can say that the mall culture, shopping malls. They want to go to shopping malls, big malls, maybe 100, 200 big brands. So many brands they open, and people are going there and walking see. But now it's changed. What they need, they will go to online e-commerce, whatever things they need. Whatever things they need, they can carry. Sorry. So whatever things you need, that, especially the lockdown time and all, people cannot go outside, they cannot go to the malls, they're closed and shops. So they started to purchase or the shopping through the online. So what is the importance of online? Then online, so many people invested in the online business, means the delivery and all. So somebody said, okay, shipment in Kuwait or some other areas, we can bring 2 days. Again, so many competition with that much, that profit is they are making. There's no other option. People cannot go outside. So many new teams came with new technology. We can provide all details for transparency in your mobile. Work is there, the tracking and all. Then somebody came now within 1 day. Somebody said, no, within 6 hours I can. Now somebody saying within 2 hours we can deliver. So how all this delivery is making through the road freight only. You cannot make the other things. When the shipment is coming to the delivery area, the bikes, that the other things they will use, the small cars or the big cars as per the dimensional specification or the nature of the goods they will carry. So road freight is one of the most important. The beginning, first leg and last leg is completed by the road freight. Okay. Now you can say the rail freight. In Africa, Europe, and even India. India is one of the most important mode we can say rail freight. That much trillion mean that the goods are, the billion goods are moving, and the importance of the rail freight, that the fuel efficiency, you are not using that much fuel, and that it is moving very long distance with so many wagons. That rail, right? Different type of the wagons are there. The rail car is there. Different type of the items, means anything. When the palletized items, box items, refrigerated items, that items you need, the bulk items, okay, liquid items, scrap items, whatever things, very long haul they can move with a little fuel efficiency. Okay, and it is a green, that the logistics, we can say that, comparing the carbon emission, it's very less and very cheap. But there is some restriction of the rail freight, that through the rail only it will go, and some many other areas, inside areas or urban areas, you cannot go. But still, in Europe, in the US, and in India, Africa, everywhere, rail freight is another important mode people can use. And other one is the inland waterways. That so many canals. In Europe, there are so many canals. In India, also so many canals, lakes. So what is the importance of these things? There is no traffic jam like the highways and roadblock or the rail. We don't have that. So you can move from one area to another area. In the domestically or in Europe and other countries, you can use what between the countries. So big items, instead of you are carrying the road and making the block or the road restriction and all, through the canals you can move. You may be heard about the barge, small vessels, barge, so many barges moving through the inland waterways. You can use the multi-modal also, not the one mode. You will use ocean freight, air freight, and road freight, maybe sometimes. Together, it's a multi-modal. Somewhere it is easy for me carrying the road freight, till the next port. Instead of I am using what the air freight from one place to another destination, or I can take something from the factory, the remote area. From there, I'll take the truck. Then I will go to the ICD, and then from there I will go to the seaport. So as per that the requirement of the logistics, reduce the cost, and that the time, you can select different type of the modes. Now also the pipelines, different type of the pipeline. You may have heard about that. The chemicals and liquids, especially the liquids, they are moving through the pipeline. It is not only in the domestics. Many countries, they have the domestic pipeline, right? That different type of the chemicals are moving from one place to another place as a customer, or the water you are delivering, not only the chemicals and other things. Pipeline, big pipeline. And that between the countries also, between the continent also, they are making the pipeline delivery, the gas items and other items. There is some limitation and there is an advantage. Okay, the infrastructure is not that much required for the infrastructure, not that much required for what the pipeline, but there is a high risk, that especially the chemicals and all vandalization and damages and what's happening. For many people are making the damage, attacks and all. That is some limitation is there. But the core, the main, that the mode of shipment, we can say ocean, air, road, and rail. Then inland waterways and a pipeline. Right? I think